Hey guys, today I'm working on a little project and I figured since I was in here doing it, I'd film it and show some others how to do it. What I'm working on today is painting the valve covers on my 1982 Honda GL Resto Mod project with some Wrinkle Plus paint. If you've ever seen it online, it's very popular. It gives anything a wrinkly finish. And people do it to valve covers, side covers, whether it be a car or motorcycle or whatever. So I'm going to show you guys how that process goes today. Your first step is obviously take whatever off you're going to paint. In my case, I'm painting the valve covers and the front timing cover on this motorcycle. So I had to pop off the 4 bolts, pull it off, and get it ready to go. What you want to do, if it has paint that's flaking, is to give it a light sand, maybe with like a 320 or even like a Scotch-Brite pad to give it a little bit of an edge. On mine, these were aluminum covers from the factory with no paint on them other than in that little area that you can see there. So what I did was I just took some rubbing alcohol that you can see over there, 70%, 90%, whatever, put on a paper towel, wipe them off to make sure there's no residue on there, whether it be oil residue, brake cleaner, just road grime, whatever it may be. So you do that, you clean them up, and you get them ready for paint. Now is the choice of paint. As I said, I chose the VHT WRINKLE Plus. This is the most popular one from what I've seen, and I've used it several times before with great results. It comes in a bunch of different colors. It comes in black, red, strange colors too, orange. I mean, there's plenty of colors out there for it. So what you're going to do is make sure, like any aerosol can, to always shake it up well, at least for a minute or two, get that ball bouncing around in there, and then just follow the instructions, on the back. With this, it's different because to get that wrinkle finish, what you need to do is have 1 coat vertical, 1 coat horizontal, and 1 coat diagonally. You want to have at least 3-4 coats. And as it says heavy, I tend to shoot them kind of medium to heavy. And so let's go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys through the process. All right, so I'm going to start the first coat, and I'm going to do this first coat vertically on it. All right, so obviously make sure you get all your edges, all your corners, all the way down. As you can see, it's not a heavy coat that I sprayed. It's probably about a medium coat, so spray it somewhere medium to heavy. You don't want it to run. This paint doesn't really run really easy anyway. So yeah, let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then you're gonna spray your next coat. All right, for the second coat, I'm gonna go in and spray this horizontally. Alright, so now I got the second coat on. Like I said, don't be afraid to spray it on there. You want it medium to heavy. More so on the heavy side because that's what that gives it that wrinkle finish. So I'm going to let this dry for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come in with the last coat that's going to be diagonally. Alright, so now it's time for the third coat. As you can see, you can already see a very slight wrinkle finish. If you don't see results at first, it's because it doesn't happen while you're spraying it. It happens actually while it's drying. And it takes hours for that to happen. So let's get on with the third coat now. It's going to be sprayed diagonally. Alright, so as you guys can see, I was going diagonally, and I kind of cross-hatched both ways. I went diagonally one way, and then diagonally the other way. Make sure you get all your little corners, like down here, because they're tough to get. and you probably haven't sprayed as much paint on them as you thought you have. So just give those a nice little extra coat so they can make sure that they actually wrinkle up. And if there's certain areas that don't wrinkle up after you're finished painting, you can actually go back and just hit those areas a little heavy once it all dries out, and then it'll be fine. So I'm gonna do this one next, and then we're gonna take them out and lay them out in the sun so they can dry. All right guys, so once you get to that point where you're done with them, take them out and lay them in the sun if you can. If you can't, and you're doing it somewhere where it's, you know, raining, you can take something like a hair dryer to it every once in a while to speed up the process. But putting it in the sun is a really good way to do it. As you can see, I've had this one out here for only 15 minutes, and you can see the wrinkles already starting on that one. This is the one that I started second, and you can see it starting on that one too. So just leave them out here hours, you know, just go ahead and do something else, do whatever else you need to do. Let them dry, let them bake so they can come out nice, and then we'll come back and see what they look like. All right guys, so here is the finished product. They've been sitting out in the sun baking for quite a few hours. They're pretty much dry to the touch. You don't really want to play with them for maybe 24 hours, so that way they get rock hard and you don't actually, you know, chip anything off or scratch it or anything when you're trying to put them back on. As you can see, they got that nice wrinkle finish, and like I said, you want to apply the coats pretty medium to heavy. It says heavy on the bottle, but heavy to some people means sprayed until it drips, which is what you don't want to do. So kind of keep them medium to heavy. If there's little spots where it's not as wrinkly as you'd like it, like you can see probably right here, I could have sprayed a little extra. You can just go in there, spray a little more, and it'll wrinkle up. Otherwise, that's it. That's how you spray them and how you go through the whole process. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and if you like the video, subscribe. Thanks.